Hello students, as in the last lecture we had covered some more properties based on the first exercise. As we saw how to express the angle in degree, minute and second. I hope you all understood the sum. As I told, this sum, it is very important sum from the exercise. And then we saw one statement sum also, like as in the triangle there were two angles and we have to find the third angle in terms of degree as well as in radian. Okay, so till now we had covered many concepts from the first exercise, like what do you mean by coterminal angles, then how to convert degree into radian and radian into degree. Then after that, the conversion between degree to minute and minute to second. And even in the last lecture we saw how to express a given degree into degree, minute and second. Okay, so now in this lecture we're gonna do some basic properties of your lower standard. As I hope you all might be knowing this all thing, this all the basic things, it was there in your 9th, 10th, 8th standard, yes or no? As there are many sums in the exercise which are based in the statement sum, based on the statement sum. Statement sum means what? You have to read and understand the question, you have to frame the equation, and then you have to solve the sum, yes or no? So before that, we'll see some basic properties of your lower standard, and then we'll start with the statement sum. As in the first exercise, majority of the sum, it is based on the statement sum only. Okay, so first we'll see the property. So here the first one is what? Triangle. Suppose in a question, if they ask you to find the angles of the triangle, okay, angles of the triangle, if you have two angles given and you have to find the third angle, or suppose all the angles are in ratio, okay, and then you have to find the angles of the triangle. So whenever the question, it's deal with respect to the angles and its triangle, so you have to apply this property. As we know that sum of the measure of interior angle, we know that the sum of the measure of the interior angle of the triangle is what? 180. So we'll apply the property, that is measure of angle A plus measure of angle B plus measure of angle C equals to 180. Okay, I hope you all might be knowing this all basic thing. Okay, yes or no? So whenever in a question, if they asked you to find the angles of the triangle, whether you have two angles and then you have to find the third one, whether you have one angle, whether the angles are in ratio, see to it that you have to apply this property. The sum of the measure of the interior angle of the triangle is what? Supplementary. That means measure of angle A plus measure of angle B plus C equals to 180. Substitute the value, you will get the answer. And if this says that you have to find the angles in both the system, what do you mean by both the system? In degree as well as in radian. And we know that how to convert a degree into radian and radian into degree. So that was the first basic concept. Suppose if the triangle is replaced by the word quadrilateral, whether the quadrilateral it is a square, rectangle, okay, quadrilateral means having the four side. And there also, if they say that you have to find the angles of the quadrilateral, again you will apply the property, the sum of the measure of the interior angle of the quadrilateral is 360. So using this property you can able to find the answer of the angle A, B, C and D equals to 360. Yes or no? Okay, so if it is a triangle, so you will apply the property, sum of the measure of the interior angle of the triangle is 180. If it is a quadrilateral, you will apply this property, sum of the measure of the interior angle of the quadrilateral is 360. Got the point? Understood? Okay. So whether we have three angles given and we have to find the fourth one, or else angles of the quadrilateral if it is in ratio, or else we have only one angle, still you have to apply the same concept, same property. The sum of the measure of the interior angle of the quadrilateral is what? 360. The next, I hope by seeing the figure you have understood that this diagram is what actually, as here we have circle and inside we have a quadrilateral. So this is known as what? It is a cyclic quadrilateral. Okay, so if it is a cyclic quadrilateral, in a question if they say that a cyclic quadrilateral it is there, and then we have to find the angles of the quadrilateral. So we know the property in a cyclic quadrilateral, the sum of each pair of opposite angle, the sum of each pair of opposite angle, like the opposite angle for A is what? C, and opposite angle for B is what? D. So here we'll use this property, the sum of each pair of opposite angle of cyclic quadrilateral. This is known as what? Cyclic quadrilateral. Quadrilateral inside the circle, it is known as the cyclic quadrilateral. Okay, so sum of each pair of the opposite angle of the cyclic quadrilateral is supplementary, so that means 180 degrees. So when you will add this two angle, it will be equals to 180. Same here also, measure of angle B plus measure of angle D is equals to 180. So here the sum of the each pair of opposite angle of the cyclic quadrilateral is 180 degree. So these are the basic things. With the help of using this property, you can able to find your angle. Okay. Suppose in a statement sum, after reading the question, you come to the conclusion that you got a two linear equation. Two linear equation. As we know that whenever we have a two linear equation, there are many methods to solve and to find the answer of x and y. Suppose here we have two linear equation like this: x plus y equals to 9 and x minus y equals to 5. So whenever you come across in a statement sum after reading the question, you come to the conclusion that we got a two linear equation. Okay, see to that you solve this two linear equations simultaneously to get the answer of x and y. I hope you all might be knowing how to solve a two linear equation simultaneously. Adding, subtracting, yes or no? Y will get cancelled, x will get cancelled, then substitute the value of x to get the value of y, or substitute the value of y to get the value of x. I hope you all might be knowing how to solve a two linear equation simultaneously. As there are many methods to find x and y, you can find the x and y using substitution method also, which was there in 9th standard. You can solve these two sums simultaneously to get the answer x and y. Even you can solve this two linear equation by Cramer's rule, still you will get the answer of x and y. So but I will suggest to solve, whenever you come across a two linear equation, always and always you solve these two equations simultaneously. Okay, don't apply any other method. Okay, so now we'll move on to the next concept. Suppose there is one concept, there is one sum in the exercise where they will say that the angles of a triangle, the angles of the triangle, or sometimes they will say that the angles of the four angles. So here it is not a triangle, it is a quadrilateral. Okay, so if in the statement sum if they say that the three angles of the triangles are in AP, or sometime they will say that the four angles of the quadrilateral are in AP. So what exactly we have to do? What do you mean by this? AP means what? Arithmetical progression. As we know that whenever three angles are in AP, it means what? The difference between the two consecutive terms will be constant. The difference between the two consecutive terms will be what? Constant. Yes or no? So here we have to use this concept. As I know, this concept was there in your 10th standard in AP chapter, yes or no, arithmetical progression. So whenever you come across like these three angles of the triangles are in AP, so see to that for the first angle you will take A minus G, for the second angle you will take A, and for the third angle you will take A plus G. Okay, so let the three angles of the triangles are in AP in a such a way that you will write this as A minus G, A and A plus G. When you will see the difference between the two consecutive terms, you will you will get the difference constant, because the definition of arithmetical progression is what? The difference between the two consecutive term, it has to be same, it has to be constant. So subtract and see, you will get the constant term. There was one more property, yes or no, which we used to write and we used to find the answer in 10th standard. Actually this formula, it was not there, I guess. Okay, but you stick with this formula. First angle will take A minus G, second A, and then third A plus G. For the quadrilateral, see to that first angle will take A minus 3D, second angle will take A minus G, third A plus G, and the fourth A plus 3D. So just remember this two property. So whenever you come across the sum like this, the three angles of the triangles or quadrilaterals are in AP, so you have to use this concept. Got the point? So these are the basic things which you have to remember. As I told, the majority of the sum in the exercise are the statement sum. So statement sum is what? Just simply you have to read and understand the question and you have to apply the suitable property. Okay, so if you want to apply the suitable property, so you must know the basic things, the basic knowledge about the triangles, the quadrilateral, what is cyclic quadrilateral, how to solve a two linear equation simultaneously. Okay, what do you mean by arithmetical progression? So this basic things are there in your first exercise. Okay, now we'll move on to the next one. As this concept, it is there in the exercise to find the exterior and interior angle of a regular polygon. So what do you mean by polygon? Poly means what? Many. Gon, sides. If you have many sides, many means what? As we know that this is what a triangle having three angles and three sides. This is what quadrilateral. If you have more than four sides or more than four angles, we consider it as a polygon. As we know that this is a triangle, this is a quadrilateral, then after that we know that we have pentagon, then hexagon. Pentagon means what? Having five sides. Hexagon means having six sides. Like suppose if they said a septagon, octagon, nano. Okay, so octagon means what? Having eight sides. So whenever we have the angles and the sides more than four, we consider those angles and the sides as a regular polygon. We never use a perfect word like we use your triangle, quadrilateral. So whenever we have angles and sides more than four, we consider all those angles and sides as a polygon. So polygon means what? Poly means many, gon means sides. So having many sides, we consider it as regular polygon. So regular polygon has more than four angles and sides like pentagon, hexagon, okay, octa, nano, decagon, like that. Okay, so on. So here, suppose if you have hexagon, pentagon, or octagon. Suppose here we have hexagon. Hexagon means what? Having six sides, and you have to find the interior angle as well as the exterior angle. Okay, whether it is a hexagon or pentagon or octagon. So here we have the formula to find. So sometimes they will say that, simply they will say that you have to find the interior angle of the regular polygon. You have to find the interior angle of the regular polygon. So if you want to find the interior angle, first we require the exterior angle. So for exterior angle for a regular polygon, whether it is a pentagon, hexagon, octagon, so this is the formula. So here what is the formula? It is 360 upon n. What do you mean by this 360? 360 is what? For a regular polygon, the sum of the measure of this angle, like for triangle we have 180, sum of the measure of interior angle of triangle is 180. For quadrilateral we have 360. Yes or no? Okay, so for hexagon the interior angle will be 120. So this interior angle will be what? 120. So sum of the measure of the angles of the hexagon, so when you will add, you will get the answer. Okay, so this technique is what, how to find the exterior as well as the interior angle. The exact property is to find the interior angle of any regular polygon. So before that we must know the exterior angle. Okay, so now to find the exterior angle, so here we have simple property. Just simply write this 360 upon n. So here n is what? The number of sides, number of sides of the regular polygon. Okay, so now we'll see here, as this is a hexagon, so we know that 360 upon number of sides we have 6, so this will be what? 60 degree. So suppose this is the exterior angle 60 degree, and we have to find the interior angle. Now interior angle, yes or no? To find the interior angle, can I say this angle forms a linear pair? So suppose this is a 60 degree, so this will be what? 180 minus 60. So here you will get what? 120 degree. So this is what the interior angle of the hexagon. Yes or no? So to find the interior angle of a regular polygon, so simply what you will do, you will subtract the extra angle from 180. As clearly we can say that if this is 60, so 180 minus 60 will be what? 120, because interior exterior, when you will add, you will get 180 degree, because this angles, these pairs of angles forms a linear pair. Okay, so simply just remember this formula. Exterior angle of a regular polygon, whether it is hexagon, pentagon, octagon, so you will apply this property 360 upon n. And to find the interior angle of a regular polygon, you will apply this property 180 minus exterior angle. Okay, so this is the direct formula to find the interior angle for any competitive exam, whether it is MSCT or JEE. So whenever you have to find the interior angle, because in the question for CET and JEE, they will say that you have to find the interior angle of the regular polygon. Okay, they will never use the word the exterior angle. Simply they will use the interior angle. To find the interior angle, simply you can apply this property. Okay, simply substitute the value, you will get the answer. Like suppose if you want to find the interior angle for this hexagon, so we know that for hexagon, how many sides are there? 6. So 180. So this is what? 6 minus 2 will be 4 upon 6. 6 ones are 6, 30s are. So 34 side is 120. So by using this property, by using this two formula also we got 120 degree, and by using this formula also we got 120 degree. So it is on you. You can apply this formula. Either you can split this formula in two sections. First you find exterior angle and then interior angle. Okay, so this formula you can use to find the answer quicker in any competitive exam. Now I will explain how you got this formula. Simply write this 180. Exterior angle is what? 360 upon n. Cross this n. So 180 is common. So inside the bracket you will get what? N minus 2. And in denominator we left with n. That's it. So this we got the direct formula for interior angle of a regular polygon. Okay, so now let's take some few example based on this property. So let's take the first one. So here we have the first one, first sum, as it says that the two angles of the triangle are triangle. So here we have triangle Okay, here we have two angles of the triangle. So let's consider this triangle as A B C, in which we'll take this angle A as phi pi by 9 as the angle it is in radian, and for this we'll take phi pi by 18, and then you have to find the degree and radian measure of the third angle. That means you have to find the answer for C. Okay, so first, as we know that whenever the angles it is in radian, so first try to convert this angle if it is in radian into degree, as we are comfortable in solving the sums with respect to the degree. Okay, so whenever you come across the angles in terms of radian, to first convert that radian into degree and then solve the sum. Okay, so first we'll write here solution as, so we'll start here writing with let ABC be the triangle such that in which the measure of angle A is what, 5 pi by 9. So as we know that the angle it is in radian, so we'll try to convert this radian into degree, as we are comfortable in solving the sums with respect to degree. So we'll convert this radian into degree first. So we know that how to convert a radian into degree. Yes or no? 1 radian is equals to 180, 1 upon 80 upon pi. Okay, and 1 degree is equals to pi by 180 radian. So this is the conversion. Yes or no? So into, simply multiply by 180 upon pi. Okay, so 9 ones are 9, 20s are pi will get cancelled, 5 20s are 100. So here we got measure of angle A as 100. Now we'll see for B, it is 5 pi by 18. Again same, will convert this radian into degree. Pi will get cancelled, 18 ones are 18 tens are. So here we got 50. Okay, as the sums it was it with respect to the angles and angles of its triangle, so we know that we have to apply the property, which property is the sum of the interior angle of the triangle is what, 180. Suppose if it is quadrilateral, so we'll use sum of the interior angle of the quadrilateral is 360. Yes or no? So using the property, measure of angle A plus measure of angle B plus measure of angle C is equals to 180. Here you can write the reason. The sum of the measure of the interior angle of the triangle is what, 180. Please write this step by yourself. So here measure of angle A is what, 100. Measure of angle B is what, 50. We have to find the angle C in both the system. So therefore this will be what, 150 plus measure of angle C is equals to 180. So therefore measure of angle C is equals to 180 minus 150, which is equals to what, 30. So as now we got the answer of the third angle in degree, as in the question it says that you have to find the answer of the third angle in both the system, degree as well as in radian. So as now we got the measure of angle C is equals to 30 degree. Now we'll convert this degree into radian. So we know that how to convert degree into radian, simply by multiplying pi by 180. So it will get converted into a radian. So 0 will get cancelled, 3 ones are 3 6 are. So we're left with pi by 6 radian. Yes or no? So therefore here we can write hence the third angle of the triangle is what, 30 degree. It is in radian and in sorry, degree, and in radian it is pi by 6. Okay, I hope you all understood how to frame the step. So let's check some few example. Let's move on to the second sum. So here the second one is what? In a right angle triangle, the acute angle are in ratio. As here clearly mentioned that it is a right angle. So what do you mean by right angle? In which one angle will be 90 degree, and what about this two angle? It will be a acute angle. Acute means the answer will be less than 90. So we'll consider this triangle as, let ABC be the triangle in which angle B is 90 degree. Why it is 90 degree? Because it is clearly mentioned that it is a right angled triangle. So if it is a right angled triangle, we know that one angle will be 90 fixed, and what about this two angle? It will be less than 90. So that's why this two angle of a right angle triangle is known as the acute angle, and this acute angle are in ratio. One is 4 and one is 5, and we know that whenever angle it is in ratio, it is not the actual answer. To convert it into actual answer, we'll consider, let the common multiple be x. So this angle will be what? 4x, and this angle will be what? 5x. Because sides, angles of any triangle or a quadrilateral, it cannot be in ratio. Whenever it is in ratio actually it is not an actual answer. Suppose if I say a length and breadth of a rectangle is 16 and 24, so what will be its ratio? The actual value will be 16 centimeter and 24 centimeter. So if you want to find the ratio of this, so what will be the answer? 8 2s are 8, 3s are, so here we got 2 by 3. So here the ratio of length and breadth is what? 2 is to 3. But actual answer is what? 16 and 24. This ratio actually it is not the actual answer. It is a reduced form of the actual answer. So remember, whenever angle, sides, anything it is in ratio, the ratio actually it is not the actual answer. The actual answer will be different. So for the rectangle, the length actually is what? 16 centimeter and 24 centimeter. Its ratio is what? The reducible form of this answer. So remember, the ratio actually it is not the actual answer. To convert this sum into actual answer, we'll consider, let the common multiple be x. So length will be what? 2x, and breadth will be what? 3x. So here we'll get the common multiple. So here the common multiple, clearly we can see that when you will multiply both by 8, so both by 8, so 2 8s are 16 and 3 8s are 24. So the actual answer it is 16 and 24. To get this actual answer, we required this common multiple. Barabar? Yes or no? So here we'll write, let the common multiple be x. I hope you all might be knowing how to frame the step whenever the angles or sides it is in ratio. And remember, ratio actually it is not the real answer. It is a reduced form of the actual answer. Understood? Okay. So whenever you come across a sum like this, it is in ratio, anything it is in ratio, see to that first step will be, let the common multiple be x. So here we required the common multiple, as here we saw the common multiple for both it was 8. So when you will multiply both the number by 8, so here you will get the perfect answer. Okay. So I know you all might be knowing this things, still I am explaining the concept again and again. Sorry for that. Okay. So as it's my duty to explain, so that's why I'm explaining this all things after knowing. I know you all know these things. Okay, just to make, again and again I'm explaining those things, because just to make the concept more clean and clear. That's it. Okay, so let's move on. As in a right angle triangle, the acute angles are in ratio. So first we'll consider, let let ABC, let ABC be the right angled triangle. Yes or no? At B. So measure of angle B will be what? 90 degree. So therefore the acute angles are what? That is measure of angle A and measure of angle C are in ratio, that is 4:5. So let the common multiple be x. So measure of angle A will be what? 4x, and measure of angle B will be what? 5x. So here you can write let the common multiple be x if you want. Okay. So as here we have the three angles, so we'll apply the property. We know that the sum of the measure of the interior angle of the triangle is what? 180. As I had explained, whether you have one angle, two angle, or the angles are in ratio, still you have to apply the same property for all the categories of the sums, whether we have one angle, two angle given, or the angles are in ratio. Stick with the same property. So sum of the measure of the angles of the triangle is what? 180. So therefore here we have 4x. Okay, so here it is not compulsory you have to consider x, you can take any alphabet K, P, D, yes or no. So 4x, measure of angle B is what? 90, measure of angle C 5x equals to 180. So therefore 9x equals to 180 minus 90. So therefore 9x equals to 180 minus 90. So this you will get what? 90. So therefore x will be equals to 90 upon 9. So you will be left with what? 10. So here we got x as 10 degree. Okay. So now find the angles of the triangle in degree as well as in radian. So measure of angle A, it was 4x, yes or no? So this will be 4 into, here we got the answer of x, it is 10. So this will be what? 40 degree. So as we know that measure of angle now it is in degree. So now we'll convert this degree into radian. Yes or no? Simply multiply the number by pi by 80. So you will get the answer. So 0, this will get cancelled. 2 2s are 4, 2 9s are, so you will be left with 2 pi by 9 radian. So the measure of angle A in degree it is 40 and in radian it is 2 pi by 9. So now we'll find the answer for C. That is, sorry, here actually it is C. Sorry, okay. Here actually it is C. And measure of angle B is what? 90. Okay. So therefore measure of angle C is what? 5x. So this will be 5 into 10. So this is what? 50. So therefore measure of angle C is equals to 50 degree. Now we'll convert this 50 degree into radian. So simply multiply by 180. 0 will get cancelled. So you will be left with what? 5 pi by 18. Even will find the answer of B in a radian. Yes or no? So simply multiply it by pi by 180. Okay, 0 will get cancelled. 9 ones are 9 twos are. So you will be left with pi by 2. So here we got the answer for all the angles in degree as well as in radian. Degree as well as in radian. Degree as well as in radian. So in this way you will present your sum. And here you can write the reason as 1 degree is equals to what? Pi by 180 radian. So in this way you will present your sum in the exam. I hope you all understood both the example, as we took two example based on the triangle. Okay. Sometime the triangle will replace by the quadrilateral. See to that for the quadrilateral you will apply this property. The sum of the interior angle of the quadrilateral is 360. So that will be the change, nothing else. Rest the presentation part for the quadrilateral also it will be same. Okay. So let's move on to the next few more sums.